Welcome, my friends. Today's story is about love, the kind of love that makes you willing to give up everything, even eternity itself. It is about an angel who watched over the living, never knowing what it felt like to truly live, until he met a woman who changed everything. This is City of Angels. It's not just a romance. It's about choices, sacrifice, and the beauty and pain of being human. It will make you think about life, about love, and about the moments that truly matter. So close your eyes, imagine the streets of Los Angeles, golden with sunset, alive with people. And somewhere in that crowd, an angel is watching, the invisible. CITY, the city is awake. Cars hum along the highways. Street vendors sell food on corners. Laughter drifts from outdoor cafes, but above it all, unseen, are the angels. They wear long black coats, their steps silent, their presence unnoticed. They move like shadows, watching, listening, waiting for the moment when a soul is ready to leave this world. Seth is one of them. For years, maybe centuries, he has walked among humans without ever being one. He doesn't breathe, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't feel cold or warmth. His only duty, to guide the dying into the light, and he does it with calm patience. Until one day, everything changes. The surgery ROM in a brightly lit operating room at Los Angeles Memorial Hospital. A man lies on the table. Machines beep steadily, their rhythm keeping time with his fading heartbeat. The surgeon, Maggie Rice, is focused, her eyes sharp, her hands steady. Round her nurses pass instruments quickly, their voices calm but urgent. Seth stands in the corner, unseen, waiting. He knows the man's time is almost over. But then, something unusual happens. Maggie's determination is different. She's not just doing her job, she's fighting, truly fighting, to keep this man alive. She talks to him softly, even though he's unconscious, as if her voice alone could keep him in this world. When the patient dies, Seth moves forward to guide his soul. The man looks at Seth calmly, as if recognizing him, and walks with him into the light. But Seth doesn't leave right away. He stays. He watches Maggie pull off her gloves, her shoulders heavy with defeat. She steps into the hallway and leans against the wall. Her eyes are wet, but no tears fall. Whispers to herself, "I did everything I could." Seth feels something stir inside him, a strange pull. Angels aren't supposed to feel curiosity, but he can't look away. Following Heron, the days that follow, Seth begins to watch Maggie. He sees her jogging in the early mornings, her breath visible in the cold air. He follows her to the market, where she carefully chooses fresh vegetables. He stands in her kitchen as she hums while cooking, though she doesn't know he's there, and yet, she seems to sense something. Sometimes she pauses mid-step and glances around as if someone is near. Seth tells Cecile, "She knows I'm there." Cecile replies, "You're getting too close." But Seth doesn't stop. The first meet-and-greet happens late one night in the hospital library. Maggie sits at a long wooden table, flipping through a medical textbook. A shadow falls across her page. She looks up and there he is, tall, eyes that seem older than time itself. "Do you work here?" she asks. "No," Seth says simply. "Then, what are you doing here?" "Came to see you." Such an odd answer that Maggie laughs nervously. She's sure she's seen him before, somewhere in the hospital corridors. They talk for a while, and Seth's words are strange but gentle. He listens more than he speaks. When she asks about his life, he avoids the question. Before leaving, he says, "I'll see you again." And somehow, she knows he's right. The TRUTH days pass. Seth appears in the most unexpected places. A hospital elevator, a park bench, even at her favorite coffee shop. Finally, Maggie confronts him. "Who are you, really?" And that's when Seth tells her the truth. "I'm not from here. I'm an angel." Maggie stares at him. "An angel? Like from heaven?" "Yes." She laughs, but he tells her things no stranger could know. Private fears she's never told anyone. Moments from her childhood, the exact words she whispered during surgery when she thought no one was listening. Her smile fades. She doesn't know whether to run or keep listening. Learning to love instead of disappearing, Seth stays close. Maggie doesn't quite believe him, but she can't deny the strange comfort he brings. They walk through the city together. Seth asks what coffee tastes like, what rain feels like, what it means to be in love. Maggie answers. But she realizes some things can't be explained. They must be felt. And that's the problem. He can't feel, yet Maggie sees in his eyes a longing, as if he would give anything to be human. The fallen angel. Lone evening. Seth meets a man named Nathaniel at the beach. Nathaniel watches the sunset with quiet joy. When Seth speaks to him, Nathaniel reveals the impossible. I used to be like you. I was an angel. Then I chose to fall. Seth is stunned. Nathaniel explains that angels can give up their immortality and live as humans, but once they do, they can never go back. It's pain and joy. It's fear and love. It's worth it, Nathaniel says. But you have to choose. The khaki lies awake that night, thinking. He pictures Maggie's smile, her voice, the way she touches her patient's hands. He thinks about the warmth of sunlight, the taste of food, the feeling of a heartbeat by morning. He knows what he wants. He climbs to the top of a tall building. The city spreads out below him, glowing with the first light of dawn. And then he jumps. The fall is fast, the impact real. Pain rushes through him like fire. He gasps his first true breath as a human. Touch. Seth finds Maggie. She sees him standing there, bruised and bleeding. She rushes to him. What happened to you? I'm human now, he says softly. First, she doesn't believe him until she touches his face and feels the warmth of his skin. Tears fill her eyes, a kiss. And for Seth, it's like the world finally begins. That night, they hold each other close, breathing the same air, feeling the same heartbeat. The ACCID in Tetha. Next day, Maggie goes cycling on a quiet country road. The sun is bright, the wind in her hair. She's thinking of Seth and their future. Then, a truck comes around a curve too fast. Maggie swerves. Seth arrives moments later. She's lying on the ground, blood on her lips. He kneels beside her, holding her close. She smiles faintly. I see you, Seth, and I love you. Her breath fades, her eyes close. And she is gone. The FTR Mech stands alone at the shore, watching the waves. Cassiel appears beside him. Was it worth it? Cassiel asks. Seth's voice is quiet but sure. I would rather have had one breath of her hair, one kiss from her mouth, one touch of her hand, than an eternity without it. This story tells us that being human is precious because it is temporary. Life's beauty comes from the fact that it ends. Seth gave up eternity for a moment of love, and in that moment, he lived more than in all his years as an angel. And so, City of Angels ends, not with happily ever after, but with a lesson: love deeply, live fully, and never waste the time you are given. Because one day all we will have are the moments we chose to live. Asterisk, thanks for watching. If you really like the story, please do like, share, subscribe, comment on my channel World Stories. See you on the next video.